It's been an hour and a half since I packed up from the easy access lake, and the moment I left, it tipped it down. It went absolutely haywire, and I was glad that I went back home, really, and had something to eat, which I did. My belly's nice and full, and carp are still on the menu, which is why now I'm on the beginner's carp lake. I've had a little walk around the lake just now. It all looks fantastic. There's fish absolutely everywhere. But I always like this little, the backside, as it were, of the island. As you can see, it's really, really close in. You're picking up carp from the margins, and you're picking them up from underneath the trees on the other side there. So it's absolutely ideal. It shouldn't be due to... It shouldn't. I didn't have any of Ziggy's wine whilst I was on break, I promise. It shouldn't be too difficult to catch the fish in here, as they are everywhere. Also, what I quite like about this swim, although some anglers would think, oh, what a nightmare, is they've been ran, they've done a bit of strimming, and there's lots of little bits of grass clipping on the surface. But what that's going to do is provide a little bit of place for the carp are already going around and picking up the insects and bugs which have pinged into the water. I have with me a handful of dog biscuits, and I'm just going to throw it in, much like that, and see what happens. It might be a little while to bring them in. The water is quite, well, I say dark, but it's kind of murky and muddy. So I've got to put a little bit of bait in first before they start coming up to the surface. Just so the smell gets in the water, because they're not automatically going to know that's there, are they? I mean, I wouldn't. The biscuits look the same colour as the water, which is why they're nice smelly dog biscuits, but that's why I threw them up into the air to make that plop 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 sound, and hopefully ring the dinner bell. Anyway, what I'm going to do is feed this swim for, I don't know, half an hour, well, 10-20 minutes maybe, however long it takes for the fish to come up. In fact, the fish just came up then. They're already on it. But I'm going to feed them, let them get confident, and hopefully catch one. Of course, the primary thing today is catch a carp, and I need to catch a mirror carp, and I need to catch a common carp. There's already a mirror carp right there. There's another one, another one, another. I think it's not going to take long to get them fed up, is it? Let's get going and put a rod together. Oh, as you can see, it's no real struggle getting a mirror. Oh, hooks come out in the net as well. Fantastic. Even better, no unhooking required. Unhook themselves. Right. He's still very lively, full of energy. Put up a good fight, and he's not ginormous, but he is very beautiful. Look at that. What an amazing mirror. What do you like the other side? Oh, Come on. We just want to see your other side. Very similar. Beautiful. A mirror carp. There's all kinds of methods of fishing, of course, and all kinds of methods of catching carp. Earlier on today, I had carp rigs on the bottom with pellets, and you could put boilies on there. I had sweet corn on there as well, hoping to pick them up off the bottom. But I must admit, I'm not really that sort of an angler. I don't mind a bit of bait and weight, but the carp boys, they've got more patience than me. A carper, as they will tell you, and as you know if you are one, will happily sit on a bank for a week on end, or weeks and weeks on end, hoping to catch one carp. I don't mind spending a day catching a fish. That's absolutely fine, but I think for any extended period of time, I think I'd get a little bit, well, not bored. I think I'd have to reframe my mind to thinking it's not really fishing, it's camping with maybe a fish turns up, which I still love camping, so it's fine. But what I really love doing, my favourite way of targeting carp, is off the surface, as I'm sure if anyone's watched my videos will know. Just having a bag of dog biscuits, and these are also floating carp pellets here. Great big bag full of them here. The carp absolutely adore them, they love them. And I also have, because I'm a cheater, I don't make my own, a little tub of already pre-hookable pellets. These are just a little bit softer, so you can pop a hook into them. And I love the simplicity of it. Just having rod, reel, line, and a hook. That's it. Rod, reel, line, hook, bit of bait. You've got your unhooking mat, you've got your landing net, and that's it. That's all you need. You can just cart it round everywhere you go. Particularly here at Anglers Paradise, there's so many lakes, and you can target these fish off the surface. You can see which fish you're after, see when they're taking the bait. It's very sort of visceral, I suppose. And I think the fish fight harder. I think they're expecting it less, especially if you've been feeding them and they're coming up feeding and they've sort of been lulled into a full sense of security. Anyway, I'm going to keep on doing that. I'm really enjoying it. I've actually had 2 or 3 carp now, all mirrors. I cannot find myself a common. In fact, there was a couple of commons going through them, but there's only one way to find them, and that's to keep feeding them and hope. Well, it's not so much hope. You don't really need to hope. This is another thing of it. You can see the fish you're going for, and hopefully I'll see one, pop it in front of its nose, and catch it. I don't need to go through 100 mirrors to get through to a common. Although they are particularly voracious, like piranhas, so I might have to go through a few mirrors to find myself a common regardless. Oh, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. There's about 4 carp come up for that at once. One of them was definitely a common. Oh, get away from those reeds. Oh my word. Let's go this way a bit. I need to get nearer. Oh, there we go, that's better. A bit more control. Let's tighten the drag up a bit. Give them no quarter. Oh dear, God, the line went through another fish, and that's what made that jump. Oh, it's a common, it's a common. Oh my God. So there were like, oh, there were like 4 fish came up for that. Only one of which was a common. And I've got a, or him or her, I don't know. Them. Where are we? Oh yes. God, he's a lean fish, but God, don't they hang on like torpedoes? Just shooting off. Oh my word. Saying that, there's a lot of, again, all that clag on the surface that's bringing the fish up to feed. Ah, here we are. Yes! We're in. Hooks come out on the net again, which is why we use barbless hooks, of course, at Anglers Paradise. But the fish jumping about in the net, the hook went right through my finger. Oh, getting soaked now. It's not raining, not anymore, but it rained so hard earlier, it's all falling on my head. Anyway, if we can get you stop from leaping about, we'll see this torpedo common. Look at that. How long it is. Gorgeous yellow fins. What a corker. Fantastic. I can't believe I managed to catch one out of that little throng of mirrors. I mean, there was only a couple of commons I could see out of maybe 50 odd mirrors. Fantastic. Right, what do we do now? Do we catch some more? Or do we move on to something else? Well, I've just looked at the time. I've literally just been here an hour and I had 6 carp, 5 of which were mirrors and 1, which of course, thankfully, was a common. You think, the way I keep bigging it up is like, oh, you catch a fish every chuck, oh, it's teeming with fish, you can't miss. Why didn't you, in an hour then, catch way more than that? And of course, it's because I'm filming. I have to stop, I have to film. When I got here, I wandered around, I took some nice shots of a lake for you all. I've been trying to chase down a moorhen, which has been over that side, but it's gone. I didn't manage to get a picture of that, but that's besides the point. You know, setting up camera angles, making sure I get shots, and so I reckon I've only been really actually fishing for about 20 minutes, maybe 25. And it's exhausting, I'll be honest with you. Actually, filming is, I will probably do another little video at some point to sort of describe how you film, like a YouTube video. I'm sure people who have the YouTube videos already know this, but the trials and tribulations of filming for YouTube, of catching the fish, making sure you catch the fish, and a lot of it is not fishing. A lot of it is not fishing. If I'm doing a 6-hour session, say, a good 2/3 of that is fishing and maybe 1/3 is actually filming, going around, taking shots. And you can't just come along, take a few shots, and then that's it, you're done for the day. As the day progresses, of course, and your story continues, you need to stop and keep looking around, stop and keep looking around. So if you arrive in the morning, you're taking shots from the morning. About afternoon time, after a bit of the story's moved on, you know, you need to go around and take different shots. You've got different light, you've got different things happening, different animals. It could start raining, you know. So, yeah, sort of 20-25 minutes of fishing to catch 6. Well, I think I've shown you the 2 biggest, well, the common and the biggest mirror. I think that's pretty good. Pretty good. I also missed quite a few, but we don't talk about that. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do is just take 5 minutes, because I say an hour down here isn't enough to, oh, there's that moorhen over there, look. An hour isn't enough just to really absorb how beautiful the beginner's carp really is. I'm actually going to feed some of these carp for a little while and just watch them, just feed them, not even fish for them. And then I think I might move on, you know. Do you know what I fancy catching next? A koi. I'm over now on the float lake. There's koi everywhere, all on the surface. Some of them are feeding and some of them are breeding quite heavily. Now I don't normally target koi or carp or any fish for that matter if they're all breeding. And the breeding's happening over in the lilies across the other side, and so for that very reason I'm staying very away from the lilies. I don't mind catching the koi when they're in the edges and they're feeding strongly as they are here, but if they were showing any signs of breeding I wouldn't bother. But these ones I've got feeding here are absolutely fine. They're enjoying their dog biscuits and their carp pellets and whatever else I'm chucking out at them. I've just been sat here for a little while just feeding them up, gaining their confidence, and then I'll pick the colours that I want, or any that look particularly big, or whatever I fancy really. I will be going on the koi lake at some point this week, but I figured I've got the rod, I've got the dog biscuits, I'm roving around a little bit, so I may as well come and tick a koi off a list. Not that they could be that easy, of course. Anyone who's targeted koi know that they can be tricky, and even though they are feeding very well, it might be a while before I get a good one, or even get one at all. But for now, I'm enjoying just feeding them. Beautiful. And also watching the rumpy pumpy across the other side. Like a fish perv. Because I might not be able to get to koi, you never know. You don't need to, there's koi all over the place here. And none, well, other than koi, none of the other lakes are better than Float Lake. Because there's just tons of them. And there's going to be tons more soon. As if the perch don't get them. Got my polarized sunglasses on. I don't really need them for the koi. In fact, I could have used them earlier on for the carp, but I just didn't do it. Of course, as I say, I will be going to the koi lake at some point this week, but as they're breeding, the koi lake could potentially be shut down for breeding. So let's get a beautiful orange peppered koi whilst we can, just in case we can't catch one later in the week. What a stunner. So where are we? Species number 5 was the mirror. Different type was the common, number 6, and number 7 we're at now is a koi carp. Don't need another koi, as I say, because I've caught one, but firstly I'm just enjoying being out here. I'll be going back for the barbecue / wine and dine very shortly. That's a lot of wranglers are starting to pack up to go and get ready. I'm just enjoying being out here for the minute. Secondly, I like watching the fish. If everyone's going home, I'm not annoying people by feeding them, and I'm treating it like a little garden pond. It's beautiful. And then thirdly, I might see a real donkey go past. Something you could put a saddle on and ride to market. Or something else really beautiful. And I might just want to catch that, mightn't I? But sometimes it's just good just to sit, relax, clear your mind, and enjoy being out in the wildlife and the nature. It's exactly what I'm doing. The koi lived up to their reputation. There was loads down there. Loads. Well, I showed you some on the video. But it wasn't so much the breeding that was a problem, as I was keeping away from it. The problem is they watch. They come up and they look and they debate and they're like, that's got a hook in it. Oh, that's like a bit dodgy. No, I'm not going to worry about it. They're really, really frustrating. Anyway, I'm absolutely see, I can't even form my words. I'm absolutely shattered. I'm hungry. Food. I can smell it being cooked all the way from down here, and I'm hungry. So I'm going to go back, have something to drink, go and socialise, go and have something to drink there, and have something to eat, and just have a bit of fun. And then think about what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, because I have absolutely no idea. Apparently it's going to be raining again, so do I want to set up a shelter and be underneath that? Do I want to just rove around and pick things up as I go around? I don't know. I've got to think about it. But a good thing about Angler's Paradise is that lots of other people are here. And when you go down the bar, you can have a bit of a chat to them. And you can say, hey, where have you been fishing? And they'll say, oh, I've been fishing on Mystery Lake and we've had about 600 million species. And I'll go, let's go down to Mystery Lake. Or they'll say, easy access, like I've been talking to a few people who were on easy access earlier. No one caught a thing. Whether it's the weather, whether it's the conditions, whether it's the fish, maybe the fish have been spawning a few days before, maybe they are preparing for spawning. There's lots of speculation going around. So it's a good job I didn't spend all day on there, because I would have blanked. As it happens, caught some more species, caught some more varieties. I'm a happy angler. Anyway, I'm going to pack up all my kit, get back up the hill, have a quick shower, get to enjoying myself. Not that I haven't already, of course. And back. Easy peasy. Float Lake's not very far away. I'm just going through some of my bits and pieces and seeing if I've got any inspiration for tomorrow. I haven't even opened my tin of sweet corn yet, and I really should. Anyway, that's another 3 off the mirror carp, the common carp, and the koi. Fantastic. So, what's for tomorrow? Well, I've only been coming to Angler's Paradise now for, I don't know, over 15 years. Who knows? I've certainly been doing a lot of visits. I used to come 2 or 3 times a year, but now I'm really just down to 1, maybe 2. Who knows? And I forgot that on a Sunday, the tackle shop shuts at like midday. And I was going to go in and book some of these sort of specimen lakes ready for tomorrow, which I completely forgot to do, as is the way it always goes. So I was thinking of maybe going on to Trout Lake. I was thinking of maybe going on to like an easy cat lake. I was thinking of maybe doing koi, but now I haven't booked anything, so I can't. Also, I think it's meant to be raining again tomorrow. So I think what I'm going to do, wake up in the morning, look out the window, and then decide where I want to fish.